So inshallah we're going to start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we will be learning the Surah Ghafir, ayat number 50 to 53 today inshallah. The first explanation of these verses. The ayat number 50 is the last ayat that a conversation is taking place between those people who are destined to burn in the hellfire, and they are in the fire. And so they are saying in the previous ayat something to the angels who are the guards of the hellfire. And they were saying to them that call your Lord. They are asking angels, call your Lord and ask him that he should relieve the suffering and the pain of the burning even for a single day from us. So angels are responding to them. So ayat number 50 is a reply from the angels of who are the guards of the hellfire. So we'll do a simple translation first. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Qalu, they will say, the angels will say. So the speaker here are the angels who are the guards. Awalam taku ta'atikum rusulukum. Was it not that the messengers had come to you? And they are talking about the worldly life. So they are reminding them in the worldly life when you were living there, your messengers had come to you bil bayyinati, with the clear signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So after hearing that, the people who are in the hellfire, they will reply just by one word, qalu bala. They will say, yes, they did come, the angels come to us. Then again, the angels will say something. Qalu, they will say, the angels will say, Fad'u, so you make dua, you call. Then that's one word only, and then they will keep quiet after that. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving his judgment. وَمَا دُعَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ إِلَّا فِي ضَلَالٍ, that the call or the supplication of the disbelievers to kuffar on that day is in vain, will have no value, will have no results of it. So that conversation ended at this ayat number 50. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the mankind in the worldly life through the Quran by making a statement that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the messengers to the people in the worldly life, how does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do few things? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna lanansuru rusulana. Inna means indeed we, and we is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is making a statement that definitely we help our messengers, rusuluna, our messengers. So when we sent someone as a messenger in the worldly life, we help him. We just don't leave him alone there. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, and those people who believed also, we help them. فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا, in the worldly life. The worldly life that we are living here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps the messengers and the believers. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that is not only that he is helping them in the worldly life, but on the day of judgment, wa yawma, and here yawma is pointing to the day of judgment. Yaqumul ashhad, when the witnesses will be standing there in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bear the witness against those who disbelieved. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling that Yawma Yaqumul Ashhad, the day when the witnesses will be brought. That day, Allah will also be helping the messengers and the believers. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about those people who were wrongdoer in the worldly life, what will happen to them on the day of judgment in the next ayat. Yawma, again the Yawma is pointing to the day of judgment. La yanfa'u, will not benefit. Az-zalimina, those people who were wrongdoers in the worldly life, nothing will benefit them in the hereafter. Ma'aziratuhum, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using a word ma'azirat. Ma'azirat is uzr, to give an excuse. So the word ma'aziratun means their excuses. So people will start giving their reasons and their excuses on the day of judgment. Allah says that those excuses and reasons will not benefit them. Walahumul la'anatu, but on the other hand, there will be curse upon these people. Walahum su'uddar, and for those people, there will be an evil or a bad abode or place to live in the hereafter. So at this time, that conversation ended there. After that, in next few ayats, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala briefly is mentioning about Musa alayhi salam, because most of the context here that we have been reading is in Surah Ghafir, was about the Pharaoh and the people of the Pharaoh, and also the Al-Mu'min, the person who spoke there. So in the next ayat, number 53, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا, and indeed we had given Musa al-Huda, the guidance to Moses. وَأَوْرَثْنَا, and we had made the Bani Israel to inherit something. And what was that? Al-Kitab, the book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Musa alayhi salam, and Allah is calling that book Al-Huda, which is the Torah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says after Musa alayhi salam, Bani Israel inherited that book so they can follow the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through that book, which Allah is calling Al-Kitab. So that's where the ayat number 53 ends. So now inshallah we'll go to the beginning and do some breakdown. But before I do the breakdown, there are some rules I want to point out here which are very important for us to know, and these are very simple rules and most of the words that we know, but I want to point out something, that if you have these three letters, kaf, fa and ra, the meaning of these three is to do kufr, to disbelieve, to reject, to hide. There are many meanings of these letters. A person who does the activity of these three letters is called kafirun, is the full word. When we stop, we say kafir. So kafirun is the word. Kafirun is a person who disbelieves. We know this very commonly. Now this is a singular person. One person who is doing kufr is called kafirun. There are two ways in Arabic to make the plural of some words, not all of them. So I'm going to point out to that. If I want to make the plural of this word kafirun, one way to make the plural is that you just add a noon at the end and a waw, and it is kafiruna. Kafiruna means people, those people who do kufr. Okay, so kafiruna. Okay, so this is one way of making the plural. You just add a waw and a noon at the end and pronounce as kafiruna. There is another way of making the plural, and we also know that is the plural is kuffarun. Kuffarun. Okay, this is also plural. Meanings are same, but there are two ways of making plurals of some words. Kafiruna is standard. You add a waw and noon at the end. For example, you have the word muslimun. Muslimun is the plural of Muslimun. Munafiq, munafiqun. So a standard way of making the plural is that you add a waw and the noon, and this is called jama. Jama means plural, and salim means solid. Means that is the exact way of making the plural. But when we make the plural in this way, there is no rule for that. Okay? We just broke down this very badly, this word kafirun, and made it kufarun. This is called a broken plural. It's called jamai taksir or jamai mukassir, but this is called broken plural. So broken plural are made in Arabic without any proper rules. The solid plurals are made this way by adding a waw and noon at the end, but broken plural can be made anyway. So what happens is that when this one or that one is used in a sentence, that sentence has to be different. There is a difference. If I'm saying, using this word, that some disbelievers are coming, the sentence will be very different if I say these disbelievers are coming, even though they both are same. Okay, so I want to point out that because we are going to use that in couple places in these verses. What is the rule? So let's do it this way. If I write down the word they, some people, they came. Okay, a group of people, and they came. Now, if this group of people is kafiruna, then what I do, I just replace this they, and I will say kafiruna came. Very simple way. Okay, all I have to do is replace they by kafiruna, so it will be kafiruna came. If it is this kind of plural, then I will start with this word she, singular person came. So in Arabic, I will use the grammar of she came. And then if this broken plural is then I will replace she. So my starting point for this kind of word will be singular feminine. For this kind of word, it will be regular plural. Okay, so this is the rule we are going to see a few times there in those sentences. Okay, so first of all, let's take the word in the Quran in the ayat. The word is ra, sin, and lam. Rasala means to convey. Noun is rasulun. Rasulun or rasul is a person who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints as a messenger. So rasulun, okay, this is singular, one messenger. Okay, now I want to make the plural of this word rasulun. There is a broken rule for this word, and its plural is rusulun. So all I did in this case, poorly, just remove this y, wow, and change the mas in harakat. So word becomes rusulun. This is the plural of rasulun. Okay, and it is a broken plural because it doesn't have wuna at the end. So now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about sending messengers by using this word rusulun, he will use the grammar of she. She, if standalone grammar will be she came. Then you put the rusulun and remove the she, so the meaning will be rusulun, messengers came. So in the sentence, you use the grammar of plural or grammar of feminine for a broken plural or a standard plural. So just keep that in mind, it's a standard rule here. So let's look at the verses now. The first word of the ayat is qalu. Again, I want to point out something here. The word qala he means he said. And qalu is a plural, they said. Who are the speakers in this ayat? In this ayat, the speakers are the angels who are the guards of the hellfire. They are saying something. But important thing to notice here is that in the worldly grammar, Arabic grammar, qalu means they said something. It's a past tense. But in the hereafter, the grammar of past tense is used. So when we translate this in English, we will say, they will say. Even though worldly meaning is qalu means they said something, but when the same rule applies, the same grammar is applied for the day of judgment, then the grammar of past tense is used there. Okay, and there is a logic and there is a reason for that. But keep in mind that the word qalu, if I am translating in this worldly life, it means somebody said something in the past. But when this word is being applied for the day of judgment, translation will be they will say, the future. So qalu, they will say. What will they say? The angels will say 4 words here. Awalam taku ta'atikum. So let's understand that. These are small words, but they have meanings. First of all, the first letter is alif with a fatha and a hamza on it. This letter is used when you want to make a sentence that has a question in it. For example, if I say I came, it's a statement which is straight. But if I say did I come, it became a question. For making a sentence like that in Arabic, we use this alif. You put this, for English, like in English what we do, I did come, I switch the word around, did I come? I just moved the did in the beginning and it became a question statement. In Arabic, you just put an alif in the beginning and it becomes a question statement. So let's start with that one. This is going to bring in the statement a question mark. Then that waw with a fatha simply means and, but grammarians call this waw as zaida, which means it's additional waw. What is waw as zaida? Sometimes you don't need to translate. Sometimes you can translate based on the sentence, but that's waw simply and. Then the word lam. Lam has 3 qualities in it. First of all, this makes the sentence as a negative sentence. So if I say, I did not come. So not will be used in Arabic for lam. But lam, and there is a word la. La means not also, but la is simple not. Lam does couple other things, and I want to point out that to you. Lam means not. Now let's look at this word kaf, waw, and noon. This word kauna means to be. In English, like to be or to become is kaf, waw, and noon. Okay. Now, if I want to make a sentence, she, a feminine, is or she became, something like that. The rule for that is that if I put a ta in the beginning, this brings the grammar of feminine, 3rd person feminine. So taf'alu takunu is the grammar. Takunu means she is or she became, okay, because it's a past tense and 3rd person feminine. If you want to make grammar of that, you put a ta in the beginning and pronounce takunu. Takunu means she is or she became. Okay, so this one. Now, when you apply the lam before that, the meaning should be she is not or she did not become. But lam does few things. So lam, when it is placed before a verb like this, it does two things. First of all, it kills the sound of this noon, which is called noon-e-Arabi. There's a different reasons. So it just kills the sound of noon. Then the last letter is left with a waw, which is a weak letter, and we don't pronounce. So what is left here? Ta and kaf. So this is the characteristic of lam. Lam makes the changes that it kills the noon, and waw is a weak letter, so it's not pronounced. So it becomes lam taku. So meaning is she came, lam taku, she did not come, or she was not. Okay. So now the meaning will that avalam taku, was it not that? The angels are saying avalam taku, and was it not that something happened in the worldly life? So that is the meaning of avalam taku. This whole statement is a kind of a surprise statement, or is a pointed statement which angels are telling to these people who are in the hellfire, who are complaining. They're saying that, was it not that something happened to you in the worldly life? And that they're telling what was that in the worldly life happened to you. So this is a surprise statement. Avalam taku, was it not? Just like you say, was it not? Did it not happen to you? So that is the kind of a statement angels are making. This could be a pointed statement, it could be a fair statement, or it could be a reminder to them, but they are telling them, think about something was done to you in the worldly life, and what was that? Two words are being used after that. So remember that why we are using the grammar of taku, she, feminine, because rusul is a feminine word, which is coming after that, which is a plural, as I mentioned to you, that rusul is a broken plural, and you have to use the grammar of feminine for that. Again, the next word is also the feminine grammar. Ata, alif, ta, and ya. These are the three root letters, and the meaning of this is to come. Okay. So again, if I put a ta in the beginning, as I mentioned, it becomes the grammar of third person feminine. Ta'ati means she came. Okay. Ta'ati means she came. If I write down together, this will be ta'ati, and I'm going to add a word after that, which is kum. Kum means you. You is the people in the hellfire. So angels are saying to them, Ta'ati kum, she came to you. Ta'ati, she came. Kum means you. She came to you. But then after that, they are using the word rusulukum, your messengers. So rusulun is a broken plural, and grammar of feminine is used. So the meaning, combined meaning will be that your messengers came to you. Was it not that your messengers, rusulukum, your messengers, came to you? So this is what they are reminding them, that you are asking us today to make dua to Allah, that He should give you a break of one day from the hellfire. But think about your own behavior, that messengers came to you to invite you to the guidance in the worldly life. But further, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pointing one more word after that, bil bayyinati. Okay? So Rusul, messengers just did not walk into them. They came with the clear signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, clear proofs. Every messenger had something that he had to press. Remember that the word is messenger. Messengers generally were given the miracles, some sort of miracles in the worldly life. The Nabi, prophet, may not have the miracle or a clear sign, but messengers. And Prophet ﷺ is messenger and prophet both, because Quran is a sign, clear sign that was given to him as the proof of his. So for that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word bil bayyinati. Let me explain that word to you. The root letters are ba, ya and noon. There is a word in Urdu also, most of the words are in Urdu already. Bain means between two things. Okay, bainakum, between you. That's it. If I make a bigger word by using bab fa'ala, by putting a shadda in the middle letter, it will become bayyina. Bayyina means to make something clear. Bayyina means to make something clear. Full word is bayyinatun. Noun is bayyinatun with a ta at the end. Bayyinatun. Bayyina, when we stop we say bayyina or al bayyina, but the full word is bayyinatun. Bayyinatun means a very clear sign, a very clear proof. That's a singular. Its plural is bayyinatun. So when we make the plural, we open the round ta into regular ta and we make bayyinatun. Put a alif after the noon, so it becomes bayyinatun. Bayyinatun means clear signs, clear proofs. Then you add al before that. Al means the, so it will become the clear proofs. But when you put al before that, al has the characteristic of removing one pesh or one dhamma at the end. So the final word becomes al bayyinatu, the clear proofs. Rusulukum, your messenger, ta'atikum, came to you, but you have to add one more letter, he, ba, which a kasra means with. They came to you with clear signs, with clear proofs, and B is a preposition. It looks at the last letter here and changes this to a zair or a kasra. So it becomes bil bayyinati. That's the word in the Quran. Your messengers came to you with clear signs and clear proofs. Okay. So this is the response, this is the answer of the angels who are the guards of the hellfire. They are saying that, think about, you are asking for a reprieve today, but what was your behavior? They are not saying that what did you do with the messengers. They're just telling that messengers came to you. Now, the answer is in one word. Qalu, this time qalu, they said, is pointing to the people who are burning in the fire. So we have to figure out from the context who is the speaker. The word is same. Qalu, they will say, but this time they is the people in the hellfire. The word bala, bala is used with the meaning of yes, but it is used when somebody said something and you want to do an affirmation on that one. Then you say yes, bala, okay? Qalu, bala, they will say yes, the messengers came to us. One word answer, okay? Then again, angels will say something to them. Okay, what will they say? The root letters is dal, ayn and waw. Okay, da'aw means to call, to supplicate, to invite someone. Dua is from the same word. The word is dua that we say all the time. Dua, full word is du'aun. Okay, du'aun is supplication or call or pray or something. Okay, so du'aun. So first of all, qalu. Again the qalu is coming. Again the angels will say something to these people. What will they say? Fad'u. So let's look first at that word. Da'aw, dal, and waw means to call. If I put an alif in the beginning, it becomes a command. Udu'u is a command telling someone or group of people, call, make dua. You make dua. Though you are asking us to make dua to Allah, you go and make dua yourselves. That may be the answer. Fa means then will apply because they have said, yes, we know that messengers came to us. So angels are saying, then now go and call. Okay, so that is the word fad'u. Then after that, another statement is being made, and that may be this time the speaker is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا دُعَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ إِلَّا فِي ضَلَالٍ. This is one complete statement, so let's understand that one. First of all, the word is, as I said, du'a'un. Du'a'un. This is the word. This, when we stop, we say dua. Dua is supplication, a call, invitation. There are many meanings. Okay. Then we are going to add the word after that. The word, as I said to you, that kaf, fa, and ra were the root letters, and its plural is kafiruna. So we have to start with this thing. Plural is made by adding, if Jama is Salim, full plural is made kafiruna. Kafiruna means disbelievers. Then you put al before that, it becomes the disbelievers. Al is the. So the word is al kafiruna. So we have two words now. We have the word, full word is du'a'un. Also, one thing you have to notice is that when there is a hamza here and there is an alif before that, that alif should be pronounced in tajweed with a long mad. So the word is du'a'un, full word. Second word is al-kafiruna. So this means prayer or supplication, and this is disbelievers. Now what we are going to do, we are going to combine these two words together. And simple in English, I put an off there. So the meaning will be prayer of the disbelievers. This is al means the is there. Okay. So in English, when you make a relationship between two words, you just put an off in between. In Arabic, there is no off. So we make certain changes in the words themselves. So what is the change that has to be made? This is the standard rule of mudaf, mudaf ilayh. You take the first noun, first word, and there are two pesh or two dhammas at the end. You remove one of them. So this will become du'a'u. On the second one, which is the plural here, you take this waw and change into a ya. And kafirina. So these two changes is equivalent to putting an off in English. So prayer of the disbelievers is du'a'ul kafirina. One more thing happens is there. This hamza is sitting by itself. So what we do, we add a waw as a chair. We don't pronounce that waw. In the text writing, we add a waw underneath there. So this word is written in the Quran as dua, the way dua, dal, and hamza with a chair of waw underneath. Okay. So this is, and this waw is connected to this thing. So that's the way it's written in the Quran. But waw is not doing anything, it's just sitting there. You don't pronounce waw. Du'a'ul kafirina, the call, the prayer of the disbelievers. Allah is saying on that day, when anybody will make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is the result of that? Illa, except. Fi, okay, the word is ma. Ma means not. So, wama du'aul kafirina, and the prayer of the disbelievers is not. Ma means not. Illa, but or except. What? Fi dalal. So dalala are the root letters. Dalin is from the same, means to get lost or to be lost or has no values or gone wrong, many meanings. But the noun is dalalun, the way it is written with the two lams here, duad, lam and lam again. Dalalun is loss or vain. Okay, so fi means in or about, and fi is a preposition harf jar, so it will change to two kasras. So that's the word in the Quran. Fi dalalin, when you stop it, say fi dalal, means in vain. The call of the disbelievers is nothing but in vain. It's not going to help on the day of judgment. So that's where the conversation will end, in the hellfire, in the Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding the reader of the Quran, think about what happens to the disbelievers. But on the other hand, if you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the worldly life, what will happen to you? Inna lanansuru rusulana. Here, inna, as I mentioned before, is actually indeed we. It's made of two words, combined word I have explained a few times, means surely or indeed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is starting the statement by the word surely, we. And we is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the word after that is nasara. Nasara means to help. Common words, they are used in Urdu also. Nasara means to help. Okay. Naf, if I put a noon in the beginning, it becomes the grammar of we do. Naf'alu, we do. So this will become nan soro, we help. The meaning of nan soro means we help. And we is again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting in lam in the beginning of that. Lam is called lam of emphasis or lam tawqeed. It brings the more emphasis in the word. First, inna is being used, which means there is emphasis in there, definitely, surely. Then Allah is using the word lam after that, which again means emphasis and surely. So it becomes a definite statement. And then speaker is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. So there is another weight in that statement. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, definitely we do help. Who do we help? Rusulun, rusul. So let's look at that word again. Minor change will happen. The word we learned is rusulun. The noun is a plural, rusulun. Rusulun means messengers. This time we are going to combine with the word na. Na means we or our. So when you combine these together, messengers of ours or our messengers, and when we combine, like one page goes or one dhamma goes away from there, na does not change. So it becomes rusuluna. Important thing is that first when you make the grammar, it is rusuluna. Now this word is coming as a maf'ul. Somebody is working on this word. Nansuru. Allah is working on this word. So this is an object. To represent a word as an object, we take this dhamma or pesh and change to a fataha. So it becomes rusulana. That's the word in the Quran. Okay. By itself, the word is rusuluna with the pesh. But when it becomes an object of a verbal statement, then to represent the objectivity, we change the last letter of the noun to a fatah, to a zabar, standard rule. Inna lanansuru rusulana, indeed we help our messengers. Allah is saying in the worldly life. Wallazina amanu, and those people who have believed with them or after them. Common words, they come again, and we know the meanings. Fil hayatid dunya. I'm not going to break it down. Hayatud dunya is the worldly life. Fi is a harf jar. It will make fil hayatid dunya. Allah says in the worldly life, we help we give nusrat, we support our messengers and those people who are believers with them in the worldly life. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using this word yawma a few times. Yawma just means a day, but you have to figure out from the context which day he's talking about. The word here is qaf, waw, and mim. Okay, this means to stand. Okay, when we say aqamatus salat, standing of the prayer. So qawma means to stand up. Yaqumu, he stands. Okay, someone, third person, he is standing. Yaf'alu, he does. Yaqumu, he stands, or he will stand. What's the word after that? Who is standing? The word is shahada. Shahada means to bear witness, give shahadat. Okay, a person who is giving a witness is shahid. Shahidun is full word. Shahidun, a person who is a witness. Okay, its plural is ashhad. Okay, so plural is ashhadun. When you put al before that, because the witnesses, and al will remove this one dhamma, so it will become al ashhadu. That's the word in the Quran. This alif is written as a short alif there. Okay, al ashhadu, the witnesses. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring many witnesses against those people to whom a judgment has to be issued one way or the other. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling that day, the day of judgment, as a day of witnesses standing. Yawma, a day, yaqumul ashhad, the witnesses are standing to give witness against those who did wrong. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling that. Okay. Now, so this word nansuru, we will help, is applying to both in the worldly life. Allah is helping the messengers and the believers, and wow, this wow means and we will help people, Allah will help those who believed and the messengers on the day of judgment. So Allah's help, Allah's nusrat, Allah's support will be in this world and in the hereafter also. So this nusrat is covering both dunya and hereafter. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that those people who were wrongdoers, what will happen to them? Again, the word yawma is being used, and they missed the day, and it's again pointing to the day of judgment. Allah says, La yanfa'u zalimina. The word is nafa'a. In common words, we know nafa means to benefit. Okay. Yanfa'u, it benefits. La yanfa'u, it will not benefit. Okay. So the word is La yanfa'u, it will not benefit. Nothing will benefit. Then the word after that is zalimin. It's a common word. Zalim is a person who is a wrongdoer. In Urdu, zalim means who is a cruel person who does something bad to someone. But in Arabic, zalim, the plural is zalimuna. And so it's being as a maful, so it is zalimina. So Allah says those people who used to do wrong in the worldly life, and wrong could be that they disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are zalimin. So Allah says on the day of judgment, nothing will benefit zalimin, those who were wrongdoers. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pointing to one more thing, that in many other places in the Quran, it is mentioned that when the judgment is being made, the people who disbelieved or disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the worldly life, they will start, when the charge sheet will be presented to them, they will start giving excuses. They will start blaming other people. Okay, so that word is Ain, Dal, and Ra. And we know in the word uzr, uzr means excuse. Ma'azirat is also excuse. The word is ma'aziratun, full word is ma'aziratun. We also use this word ma'azirat, we don't say tun. So ma'azirat, but ma'aziratun is the full word. Ma'azirat or ma'aziratun means giving excuses after excuses. Okay, uzur may be just one excuse, but ma'azirat is meaning continuously giving reasons. Say, oh no, I did not do anything, or maybe somebody misled me, or somebody did this to me. All kinds of, or our leaders were the ones who told us to do this. All kind of excuses. Then you add whom means they. And when you combine, it will be ma'azirat. This is actually ma'azi, not ma'azirat. Ma'aziratun. In Urdu, we say ma'azarat or ma'azirat. Okay, so it's the same in Arabic. Sometimes we change in Urdu. Ma'azirat is the right word. So okay. So ma'aziratun is the correct Arabic word. Whom means they. And this is zalimin. This is pointing to the zalimin. So when you combine them, it will be ma'aziratuhum. Their excuses. So yanfa'u is applying to the excuses. These words will not benefit the wrongdoers. Their excuses. Whom is pointing to the zalimin. So zalimin's excuses, Allah says, will not benefit that day. Then again, the words are very common. Walahum, for them. La means for. Walahum, for them. Again pointing to the zalimin. What is al-la'anatu? Common word. La'anat is the cursing. Allah says on that day it will be a curse upon them. Then Allah says, what is their end? Walahum, and for them. This word su'un, sin, Waw and Hamza, the word su'un means evil or bad or worst. Okay. And other word is ad-dar. Dar means house or home or abode or place to live. You know, dar is commonly used in Urdu also. Su'ud-dar, a bad place for them. Okay, again you combine su'un and ad-daru, and combination of them will make su'uddari, a worse place of living will be their end, their conclusion. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pointing that three things are being mentioned. Their excuses will not benefit. They will face la'anat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, curse, and at the end their abode will be bad, which is Jahannam again. Okay. So this is where this description of situation ends here. After that is a very simple statement. Allah says, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا. Laqad, just want to point out, has come many times. Lam is lam tawqeed, emphasizing. Qad also does tawqeed, but it is used when something about past tense is being mentioned. Definitely something happened in the past. So that is walaqad. Wa means and. So walaqad, and indeed. The word is atayna. So the word is alif, ta, and ya. This means to come. 3 letters. And this belongs to the group fa'ala. And I'm going to make a bigger word by putting an alif in the beginning. So it becomes alif, alif, ta, and ya. Okay. Ata means to come. 2 alifs means to give. Okay. 2 alifs are written with 1 hamza and 1 alif in the script. And tai is a tai. It will be pronounced as a tai. And na means we. Atayna, we gave. We is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walaqad atayna, and definitely we gave Musa al-Huda, the guidance. Okay, simple words. وَأَوْرَثْنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْكِتَابَ. Again, all these words are known in Urdu, but I will explain the أَوْرَثْنَا. The word that we know commonly, Vaw, Ra, and Sa. Okay, we know the word virsa, okay, to inherit something. 3 letters belong to the group of the words Fa'ala, and the meaning is to inherit. If I add an alif in the beginning and make it a 4-letter words, it becomes alif, Vaw, and Ra, and Sa. The word now is Aurasa. This word is Varasa. This word is Aurasa. Varasa means to inherit. Someone is doing it himself. Aurasa means to make someone inherit, to give someone inheritance. 2 parties are involved. One is getting the inheritance and one is providing the inheritance. So to cause inherit or to make someone inherit is Aurasa. So when we put a na, it becomes Aurasna. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, we will make inherit, or it's a past tense. So we made inherit. Okay, Bani Israel. We made the Bani Israel to inherit what? Al-Kitab, the book. The book is Torah, which is Allah is calling Al-Huda before. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we gave Musa, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا, definitely we gave Musa alayhi salam, Al-Huda, the guidance, and after Musa alayhi salam, we made Bani Israel to inherit, which means Bani Israel were made. Inherit doesn't mean that now they can go and play around and do whatever they want to do with that wealth. It means they had been made responsible to carry the responsibility and conveying the message and learning and teaching of the book, which is the Torah. So that's here the context is important, that how are we translating the word inherit, or how we are understanding that. Inheriting here is that they were made responsible to convey the message correctly of the Torah. Okay, so that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning about the book, the Bani Israel and Musa alayhi salam. So with that, inshallah, we'll stop here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the Quran. The surah continues and there are many other things in there. So inshallah, we'll stop here and we can open for discussion. And